No exaggeration, at least 30, 40 times. But it was the same, and the way he said it was a little different in it. And I was like, damn. Like he take this shit serious. And so we the biggest in the game. But if you don't know what's been going on ever since COVID, I got scared. A lot of friends of mine was dying up in New York. I'm pre-diabetic. Diabetics was dying. Fat guys was dying. And so, thank you, my brother. And by the way, guys, that's my first sneeze of 2021 and 2020.
It's cold. It's natural.
No, it's cold out here, but yo, I'm telling you the truth. And so, I was scared. So I came up on here on live one day with my daughter and Dre and just started cheering the people up. Then I went back another day at 8 o'clock. Then I went back another day at 8 o'clock. And before I knew it, I was like, this shit is show. And so I went and whoever you name. Big Sean's been on here several times. Royce the 5'9", whoever you, Kenny Smith, whoever. It's too many names. Alicia Keys. It's too much. It's too many names. You name them, Shaq. You name Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Edgar Berlanga. You made David Haney. Whoever you name, except for. And so somebody put in the comments, let me explain something to you. I have literally not 1 inch of my bone of my body, not 1 second of inch of hate for Nicki Minaj. And her and my sister got into it. I'm beyond loyal to my sister. But I didn't even want that to happen. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. And so every other time somebody comes in here and says, it could be Doja Cat, it could be who was on recent, Mulatto, and they say, yo, I love Nicki Minaj. And that's, I mean, God bless. She's one of the greatest of all time. She's the biggest selling female artist. I don't have a problem for 1 inch of a second with Nicki Minaj. And even when her and my sister went at it, that's girl shit. Okay, so, you know, so when I look at Twitter after somebody says, oh, look at him, he's mad, you're a liar. And you're a liar. And sometimes, you know, you got to check yourself. Your anger issues, you're mad, you're like, I don't, you know, check yourself. You know, because that doesn't come across my mind whatsoever. God bless her, her family, her kid, her baby's so beautiful. I have no problems whatsoever. I can say it like nothing. And so the hate and all that bullshit, we about the light. We about family. We about love. We about, I've never had a problem with Foxy Brown. She'll tell you. Especially girl shit. I ain't got no problem with girls. This ain't an issue. My sister know. Like it ain't, you know, I went in a restaurant today and the young lady, she made me feel good. I walked in with Dre of Cool and Dre, my brother, my partner, and my brother Rich the player. And the girl said, banger. Yo, Dre, banger. Yo, Fat Joe, banger. She's with her family, kids, you know. She was just like, yo, it's a banger. So I'm like, boom, I don't know what. And then she starts talking about the song and she starts saying stuff I'll tell you, like, yo, name somebody else who been out as long as you. Name a crew that been together and loyal to each other. You, Khaled, Dre, y'all loyal. So she's saying all this, right? And she just bigging up our unity. And I love to see y'all together. And I love that you guys stay with each other forever. And, well, that's the way it's supposed to be. If nobody crosses the line, nobody robs from nobody, everybody's a stand-up person. And the way my family's constructed, Remy Ma, Tone Sunshine, Khaled, Dre, so forth and so forth, we love each other. And we're always going to be loyal to each other. And we always going to stand by each other's side. And it's sad that the love we have for each other, some people get upset at that. And we done been through so much shit. Shout out to the mayor, his family as well. Oh, you better. Oh, you know he jumped in there. Yo, man, you gotta stop. You got the most TS chains in the crew. He got the most TS chains in the crew. Got A Butter. AB, actually. AB. Serge, my brother DJ Serge is with us today. I know Serge since my first day of high school. Maybe 12 years old, 13 years old. And we've been brothers ever since. And yo, Jeff Aaron said, damn, man, all my guys is in on here. And so what I'm saying to you is that AB, no, when I went to Fort Dix to perform for Billy Blanco was in that homeroom with me. It was me, Serge, Little Millie from Cortland, and Billy Blanco. And so if you see a guy or you see a girl or somebody who ain't with us no more or don't be around us, it says a lot about them. Because all we believe in is in loyalty and trust. And you asking me about defectors. And so what you got to understand is I've won some battles and I've lost some battles, from the streets to the music to whatever the case may be. I know a lot of you don't know, but at one time I had a small issue with Jay-Z and Rockefeller. This is when the early Terror Squad. And I had to handle it. This man I was subliminally beefing with became the most powerful man in the music business. You never heard me once in an interview or some shit say, yo, I don't think I got that record on BET because of Jay-Z. Yo, you don't think? You got to take the good with the bad, papito. It's called you make your bed, lay in it. That's it. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you lose. As simple as that. And I never complained one time. That's also karma. And so, some guys chose to choose another side that they thought was going to take over the empire, the rocket launcher, and they lost. And so, when you choose a side, you got to choose a side. And when you choose that side, unfortunately for you, you're no longer welcome in the circle. And I believe in forgiving. I believe in forgetting. But it depends on the severity of the double crossing, of the betrayal. Some betrayals just cannot be fixed. I pray for you, may God bless you. But you standing next to me ever in life again, it'll never happen. If somebody put pyramid, I'll tell you one thing, guys. I've never met Illuminati, and I wish I did, because I'd be a billionaire. So, you could dream, you could conspiracy your mind to the moon. If you ain't make it, it's because you ain't get up off your ass and work. There's no Illuminati and this, like, you just ain't work. And so everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. I went and perfected and made a hot-ass record today. Now I'm on the show with you. And so I work. And so you got to work. So everybody got the same 24 hours in a day. What are you going to do? And people find a way to talk themselves out the blessings or let doubters. You know, sometimes you can have best friends and family that they might be scared of your growth. And so they do things to cast doubt in you. Sometimes they might even like subliminally sabotage you. So that because they scared that you might grow. The harder you work, the luckier you get, period. This is from a Billy who just texted. And so the thing about Fat Joe is he evens the playing field. You got billionaires watching the show. You got street dudes watching the show. You got 9 to 5 people watching the show. There's some people really doing real bad right now. Just want some inspiration. Even when me and Khaled, we said we doing a fans only. I know chicks is twerking their ass, busting it open, whatever you want. That ain't what we about. And then once again, this says a lot about you. Oh, what are those two doing? Like, yo, bro, you know we ain't doing no shit like that. All we try to do is motivate the people on a different platform and give you some form of inspiration. Because as a community, we only as strong as everybody in the community. Same thing with the crew. And so jealousy is a sickness. It's a terrible sickness. And I can't believe when I was a kid, I made jealous ones envy.
Jealous ones still envy.
And then jealous ones still envy. And you know what happened to me? I grew up broke. I grew up in Forest Projects. Oh, this is a legendary night. I already know we're going somewhere. I don't normally. Nah, it's a legendary. So Forest Projects. Shout out, rest in peace to my brother Gizmo, who taught me how to rap. Gizmo TS. And so there was guys I grew up with that were better than me in rapping, but they didn't want to do what it takes. They didn't want to put in the work. I went to Apollo Theater. This after, so you got to understand, I don't lie. You can back up everything I say. This is after I'm making bread in the streets, one of the most respected guys in the streets. And I go in a turn, play myself. The other guys I used to get money with was like, yo, bro, you playing yourself. And I was like, yo, the rap music is how I'm gonna make it. So I go to amateur night at the Apollo. Mind you, every dangerous guy in New York City came up in there to watch me perform. I'm keeping it 1,000. Anybody was there, could not believe. The guys who never come up out the caves came out like, yo, we gonna support my brother Joe Crack. And so I go in there. I really don't know why, other than God, but the minute I step out, I'm Dip Fresh, I'm Dapper Dan out, guys. The minute I step in the crowd just goes crazy. Shout out my brother Money Man, because Full Flex, rest in peace, he got thrown out the Apollo. because he was screaming so much. He didn't even get to see me perform. They threw him out because he was going too crazy. And we were wild boys. My brother, the Money Man, I love you, June. He was going crazy. Now I hear his whistle. My brother got this loudest whistle. But the point is, we did that. And then we got the record deal with Chris Lighty, rest in peace. And I remember the first time I ever did anything big in my life was I was in the crowd. Shout out Stretch Armstrong. He was DJing on Arsenio Hall. FloJo was #1 in the country. I'm in LA. He tells somebody, I don't know, Arsenio Hall, somebody, yo, Fat Joe's in the house. So Arsenio Hall notices me. This is Arsenio Hall. Now, guys, he was Baller Alert, Shade Room, World Star. He was everything wrapped in one. The biggest shit you could do in the universe is do Arsenio Hall. So I do it. I rip it down. I rushed back to New York. I might have took the red eye. I canceled the whole shit because I couldn't believe so. I get off in the cab in my block, and there's 7 of my friends. TS, Original Terror Squad. They all faced towards the baseball court. They watching the baseball game. So I jump out the car. I couldn't help it. I quit my own to go tell my brothers, yo! So when I jump out the car, mind you, I went to kindergarten with all these guys. I was with them in the trap. Free cheese, welfare, project, you name it. So when I'm out there, I'm doing it for us. And so when I jump out the car, I go, yo! And they turn around slow motion. And when my 4 brothers, like my brothers that I would have died, jumped off the roof or turned around, it was 7 of them. 4 of them were smiling like me, jumping up and down. But for the first time in my life, 3 of them were jealous. And I see it in their faces. That's the first time I ever been hurt. Because I've been in junior high school. I've been in kindergarten with these guys. These is my brothers. And when I seen the jealousy, that's the first time I ever seen jealousy. Broke my heart, bro. And so every time you think you're doing this for everybody, not everybody's happy for you. And no, even though we've been through everything you could think of, we still preach the light. We still preach family, God, and love. But when I don't rock with people, it's really not because of me. It's because of them. I made it. Unfortunately, most celebrities make it and they gone. We don't see them no more. Yo, you remember such and such? Used to be right here. Yo, you remember? They gone. And so I'm platinum. Big Pun is double platinum. And I'm still in the projects with sandals on. I don't live in the projects. I live in a house in Jersey, but I'm still out there playing softball, playing with these guys, thinking that's my family, thinking this is my hood. People needed to pay their rents. I would pay their 4 months backed up. Mom's funeral, you named it. Court cases, bail, you name it. It's the true meaning of keeping it real. And somehow, they found a way to fuck that up. You have what we call a diamond. You had a guy who would have did anything for you. Somebody made it that loved you. And you fucked it up. Unloyal. Crossed the line. Downright disgusting. So you fucked up. And when I talk to Cali says, man, when you met me, you got a diamond. I said, yeah, I got a diamond with you. And you know, I love going in my brother's house and the ceilings is to the sky. And everything's white and it's marble. You know, you drive in his house. He hates for me to talk like this. He's too humble. But when you drive in his house, the whole driveway is all white marble. Pull up shit. Look, we call it the resort. And I'm just so proud. Or when Dre FaceTimes me and his house got fucking grass on the side of the wall, the ceiling. You know how tall Dre is? He looks like a midget in there. Except when Remy's in her indoor pool with her husband and my goddaughter. There's nothing better than that. When my Uncle Dan lives in the fly penthouse. There's nothing better than that. My brother Slow is buying new white marble for his kitchen, and there's nothing better than that. And so that's what loyalty gets you when you're loyal to a real one. It's okay. You crossed the line, that's you. You made that choice. You lost. And some things are downright unforgivable. And shout out to Fubu, man. They made this little D-boy suit. This shit, I put it up on my Instagram, Fubu, Forest Bios. We could wear Dior. We could wear, nothing wrong with it. We could wear Gucci. We could wear Louis. We could wear Fubu. I ain't got a problem with it. I threw some diamonds on the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be clear.
So we support everybody. It's the big, big show. And so let me tell you something, man. When it comes to this vaccine, I don't know about you. But I'm going to take it to find the threats. I'm going to take it the second I get it. I just told you, you asking me about former guys we used to be cool with or whatever. You must be 1,000 years old because ain't nobody hear that name in about 30 years. But I'm telling you, if somebody's not with us, they cross the line. I don't got to get specific about who or why. If you don't see them with us, they cross the line. It's a simple thing. And so this vaccine. A motherfucker could try Molly all he want, sniff all kind of shit. Even the simplest thing, and I don't want nobody to kill me because I think that weed, I don't smoke weed. I told you what happened to me the one time I smoked. Did I ever tell you what happened? Put 5 signs if you want to hear the story about what happened to me the first time I smoked weed. I must have.
Yeah.
I always tell that story. Put 5 signs if you want to hear what happened the first time I smoked weed, or do you know the story already? We always bring in the light. Are you not here for the weed story? I don't know what you're here for then. And so, what happened with me was, sat down with a very beautiful girl. She said, Joe, you got to smoke this weed. We're going to have the greatest time in the universe. And I went, smoked the weed with her. I ran out my house in Throsnick Expressway. It was about 3 in the morning, thank God. Butt naked. I ran out the house naked. 3 in the morning. Fat Joe. I was already Fat Joe. And so she pulls up to me with the white Lexus. Joe. And I'm like, no, I'm going to die. I'm catching a heart attack. I got to go to the hospital. I'm going to die. She's like, Joe. Get in the car, please. I was like, no, I got to go. I'm going to die. She said, I'll take you to the hospital. Luckily for me, she spun around the building and took me into the house. When I went in the house, I took like 10 showers. Calmed down. But I never smoked that shit again. And I don't think, and I know weed is good for you. If you're old and you're in pain or you're going through cancer, it's great. Fly Guy Buddy, I see you. Cookies, everybody, I see you. I have nothing against all my brothers that smoke weed.
You caught a bad batch.
I caught a bad batch. And so I'm scared. Because what if I smoke some weed right now? I might run out of here naked. And then you really don't want that Fat Joe Sunshine Delight right now running down Collins Avenue butt naked. And so, have you really asked yourself, other than now, that you got brands like Cookies and everything else, have you really asked yourself, even if you use the same weed dealer your whole life, the same guy, you go to Pablo every time for 20 years. Pablo cannot honestly tell you where he got the weed from. Pablo cannot tell. It's not like he's going to the same tree, giving you the same weed. Yo, let me get the weed from that tree. He been getting the weed from Portland, Seattle, Mexico, the Jamaicans, wherever. It's good weed. Use it, you use it, no problem. What you do not know, it's not like you went to Houston's and got the same steak. Or you went to Prime 112 and got the same steak. You really don't know. Have you ever thought about that? You might get that on the way home. Now, that's not a problem. I'm not mad. Smoke a lot of weed. I'm not mad at weed. But what I'm saying to you is, it's a COVID. 400,000 people died. They made a vaccine in record time. And now the more people that get the vaccine, the least the COVID is spread. But people talking about in the hood, yo, scientifically, I'd rather try the orange peel, you know, man, stop fucking lying to yourself, man. Stop lying to yourself. And so, yo, the vaccine got the, I remember when COVID started, yo, bro, Philly, If E. Philly, my brother, and I don't want no smoke, E, and Raul ain't hit me 36,000 times talking about it's the 5G tower, bro, or they got the man that works in the Pentagon. You remember that? Everybody you knew had a cousin that works in the fucking Pentagon? Do yourself the biggest favor, man. No, they was saying the 5. Oh my God. And then he always put a smart somebody. And so they took the vaccine. Don't you know that when you go to the dentist and they give you the shit, the Novocaine, they always say, I'm not an expert, I'm telling you what I'll do. I'm gonna get the vaccine. I took my mother and my father to get the vaccine because they're older. I will get the vaccine. Just me. You ain't gotta do nothing. It ain't your business. You don't like it. You the original man from Asia and you don't think that's cool. You know. A lot of original ones dying out here. And so, what I was talking about right now? Because I'm fried. You don't even know what I was talking about. What I was just talking about. And so, huh? And so the vaccine, I'm taking it. It's on you. I press my luck with it. Know what I'm saying? And so I said to myself, one of my brothers got a lot of real estate. He was like, yo, Crack, yo, I'm about to rent one of my warehouses to such and such. And that was like, in my mind, being the loyal brother I am, I said to myself, man, I'm happy my brother owns properties, man, he get that money, he's, you know, thank God, you know. And it's crazy to me because I'm thinking about, then I start thinking about this and Facebook and everything. And so basically what we own right now is virtual realty. You want a Joker moment for your ass? That's the Joker moment. We own virtual realty. Meaning, I own this shit. This is somebody want to put their shit in there, they got to pay. So we build a brand off consistency and authenticity, but we never really had to buy the building. Something for you to know. They don't teach you this. You ain't gonna learn that in Paul Revere school or class. You own virtual realty. And so the money for the most part is now at the phone. And so years ago we put out an album. If we want to sell CDs, people have to go to the store to buy it. Now the store is open 24 hours a day. No more brick and mortar. I like them both. But you should be able to make money off of your phone. Shout out my brother Drop Dead Beats. And so it's virtual realty. And if somebody wants to post fucking Pablo's beauty salon on my Facebook, he got to pay.
Not just your phone, all social platforms.
Yeah, but it's out of your phone. The social platforms come off your phone. So what I'm saying, you can have the biggest bum with a bright idea. They don't gotta rent. They don't have to buy a Subways. They don't have to rent the thing. They got it off the phone. Get it? Don't try to tell me about guys who want to give you advice and they bums. I'm telling you because I know. And so I was against this shit. And one thing they knew, they said, damn, you know, your own, but I'm talking about the haters. We gotta hate. We you know, it's good, it's evil. We got people wish Fat Joe died. I'm telling you the truth. They watching right now. But it's been bad for them. 2021. 25 years later, we got a #1 most added record to Urban. Shout out to Mo, shout out to Suja, shout out to the whole Empire, shout out to all the program directors and all the fans and all the DJs. But who'd have thought? I didn't know. I had to be in the game. I never know. And so I never liked social media. Instagram. When Instagram first started and people didn't know that Instagram would be so important, people would just follow Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy would follow Justin Bieber. Follow this one. Follow Uncle Murder. Follow this. And people were getting million followers overnight because the platform was so young they didn't know the difference. Meanwhile, I'm walking around with a BlackBerry because Obama got the BlackBerry. Elliot Wilson, what's up, my brother? And so Obama got the BlackBerry. I'm thinking, yo, fuck the social media and all that. Before I knew it, I came into Instagram maybe 4 years late. Everybody's followers was up. I had to start and figure it out. And even at then, I ain't figure it out. So I was willing to do whatever I was going to do. But this ain't matter to me. I didn't know the importance of the phone. And so when COVID happened, it's when they fucked up. Because this is when A to Z, this is when everything combines. I'm in here, I got to learn this shit. I can't leave the house. I can't move around. Before COVID, you would see Fat Joe LA, the next day Atlanta, the next day New York, the next day Miami. I'm keeping up, I'm running. I run as much as any of the young dudes. I'm everywhere you look. But stood home, had to learn this. I'm, oh my God, you could do that? Oh, wow. You could do that? Oh, wow. We can learn from this. And we could promote that. And we could do. And so anybody really hates me was like, Jesus Christ. The motherfucker figuring it out. This motherfucker, and we don't need nobody. We do this ourselves. Every day, 8 p.m. Eastern. We bring the biggest and brightest stars, or some days I just talk shit. And when I talk shit, it's only to give you gems. It's only to inspire you. And so when a guy like Fat Joe been in the rap game for 25 years and Elliott Wilson's on here, puts out a #1 song, it's really not about Fat Joe. It's about Little Uzi Vert. It's about Little Yachty. It's about every generation that comes after. And when the industry tells them, yo, man, you 40 years old, you too old, they go, yo, this like court. You ever been to court and they be like the case of the United States against Jennifer Brown? All these artists come out and say, yo, in 2021, Fat Joe, the OG, been in there for 25 years. He dropped the #1. Why can't I do it? Hello? Hello? Cousin Miriam, what's up? Armando, what's up? And so I always tell you, never look at nobody as jealousy. Always look as inspiration. Get it? So I don't know what the hell this shit is. A video, podcast, I don't know what it is. I don't have no, I don't know what it is. Yeah, Elliott Wilson, you've been in the game since 92. I don't know what it is. The video, podcast, or podcast, whatever. What I do know is when Joe Rogan, oh, it's by far for the people. There's no fuckery on here. It's all about bigging people up, educating people, showing stories of triumph, inspirational, help you get through your day. NJ Rock Solid. What's up, NJ Rock Solid? There's no fuckery here. There's no jam you up, put you on the, what they call that shit, clickbait. We don't do that. We had a young lady the other day. She came on here, Mulatto, one of the hottest young female rappers. She said, I'm so nervous. I said, well, why are you nervous to get on with me? This is the last place to be nervous. All we gonna do is celebrate your wins. And so, and it's hard. Being positive. Sometimes I get guests. Lee Daniels was on here. Big director. The whole time is smiling at me. Dame Dash. Jesse Smollett. And so the low-hanging fruit is right there for me to get controversial and get viral or whatever and ask them that bullshit. But no, people know this is a friendly show, but it's kind of hard. It's almost like you being a DJ and you get to the club and you're the main DJ and the 2 DJs or 3 DJs before you play all the hits, all the hottest shit that's out. And then you go and they sit back and they watch you. And you got to get into your Jamaican crate, your reggaeton crate, your oath, whatever. But you got to fuck up the party. And so that's what it's like being clean. Shooting straight. Not out here to fuck up our people. Raul T.S., living legend, the mother shit. You still got the bigger one, but this is icy, Raul. You got the bigger TS, Raul. You deserve it. But this, the rocket launcher. Yo, Serge, stop starting trouble. And Serge, when I get off of this, you gotta hit me up and let me know what movie I need to watch. You were showing me some shit. So my brother Serge, one of my best friends on earth, not even my friends, my brother.
He's on movies.
We always battle each other
Siskel
for movies. He's Siskel and Ebert, bro.
Yeah, you and him.
And me and him battle. Yo, Serge, you saw this? Yo, Joe, you saw this? Yo, you saw it? And we go in. And Khaled, he started, you know, I got him into the movies. He wasn't into it, but now he's like, yo, I saw this one. Yo, saw, you know, you learn a lot from movies. Don't live your life according to entertainment. But in movies, there's certain gems. You know, one I got from Bronx Tale is when Kalogita was chasing the guy who owed him fucking $10. He kept chasing him. And the man told him, Sonny told him, yo, man, you got rid of that guy for $10, man. That was a cheap date.
That's a true story.
When I looked at Scarface, and Frank tells Tony, never underestimate the other guy's greed. Some of us is greedy. Some of us ain't as greedy as those guys. So you got to keep your eyes open.
Shit.
Yo, Rich, you got to stop. You're going to make that money back, man. See, I got problems, man. I'm a therapist, not just for you guys, for these guys. All of these guys are crazy. And they come to me, and I got to be ready. Somebody say, yo, Joe, you've been the same age. What's your secret? Erica Ford. Shout out to our sister Rachel Noyd. First black partner, female black partner at Mercury PR. And so we always encouraging everybody. You keep your eyes open like CBS. Gotta always keep your eyes open, man. And let me tell you something. Hip hop is young. Hip hop is younger than pretty much any other music genre. And so we don't know where's it going. We know it's going to be here forever. But we don't know how it's going to grow, how it's going to develop. You know, Jay-Z, billionaire, Puff, billionaire, that's new shit. 50 Cent's the new Aaron Spelling. That's new shit. Dr. Dre, billionaire, new shit. And it can only get bigger. And so we don't know where this thing is going. And so what happened was, before I left, oh, you met Isaac Wright Jr.? That's my guy, Erica. You know, if I stand beside you, because I know you in the streets and I know you the truth. When you see me stand beside somebody, it's because they're the truth. And that's why for mayor of New York City, I endorsed Isaac Wright Jr. I'm not going to tell you who's cool, who's not. I ain't got no problems with nobody. God bless everybody. But I'm telling you who I stand by. And so, hip-hop is young. And one of the biggest injustices I've ever seen is when these major labels, they come They grab a young artist. The guy most likely don't got no money, grew up, learned, but he's just talented. So they rock out with you, they baby you, whatever. And then when they done with you and they feel like they can't make no real money off of you, they throw you to the street. And every man for themselves. And every female for themselves too. And so, on the way out, because the last thing a record exec ever wants to do is get rid of an artist and say they washed up, and then the artist stay around and keep making hits. They do not want that. And so, to mind fuck you a little bit more on the way out, they tell you, yo, you old school now, you're going to do all right. You old school. And so what this guy and girl does, they only 26 years old. And they on the road doing old school at noon tours. But they only 26, 28. So that's the last type of mind fucking you. But I said, nah, bro. I said, You know, my story is crazy. And so I used to walk in the building, Atlantic Records, and they literally had a poster of me, like 6 stories. 6 stories. The whole wall. When you walk in the lobby, you know the 5th Avenue, 6th Avenue buildings, the lobbies are so big where you see that big marble, but the whole shit was me for about 2-3 years. And I walk in there, they do whatever I want, they give me whatever I want. And so I'm thinking I'm that dude. Then I put out an album. To make a long story short, you'll read about this in detail in the book. And it does 500,000 sold. So I went from double platinum to 500,000. So in the industry, that's considered a flop. And so here goes T.I., who's a young kid, fresh in the game. He just sold 2 million. And so the label, they play everybody against each other. So Cardi B, the biggest shit in the world. When Lizzo's the biggest shit, they telling Cardi, yo, Lizzo's hot. I don't want to just single out Atlantic because it ain't just Atlantic, it's anybody. But they play people against each other. Divide and conquer. And so they tell me one day, yo, Joe, you know, in my face, yo, Joe, you know, you're a failure right now. You know, T.I. is brand new. He just sold 2 million records. You only sold 500,000. So that didn't sit well with me. And now I know, but at that time I ain't know. Because I could sleep well. They could be blowing shit up beyond the building. They could be drilling. I'll sleep. And for some reason, I couldn't sleep that night. And I was just looking at the ceiling. And I was like, damn. These people call me a failure. And I said, what's 500,000, right? And so I said, Madison Square Garden, you ever been to a Knicks game and there's so many people and we cheering? That don't hold but 25,000 people. So when I counted 25,000 people, I said, I could fill up Madison Square Garden. You ever seen Madison Square Garden? There's a bunch. I could fill up this stadium 20 times amount of people who went to the store to buy Fat Joe CD. So, damn, man. that be a failure? Happy birthday, Candace. And so I went right back to the label the next day. I said, yo, let me talk to y'all for a second. They said, all right, Joe. I said, you know what? You're right. I am a flop. I am a failure. I want y'all to drop me, and I'll be out your way. You'll never hear from me again. I'll probably put out some underground mixtapes. That's about it. Great, Joe. No problem. We'll sign out. No, you can go. No problem. This, that. Because, you know, being double platinum and all that, to them, it made them like they got to give me a bag to do the next project. Oh, it's okay. And so I go independent. And I said, you know what? If 500,000 people bought my record at $7 a pop, I would make $3.5 million profit. Minus whatever I spent. And so I went and I put out Make It Rain. It sold 4 million records. And so don't let nobody talk you out your blessings. You got to believe in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. I've never seen a big amount of people who don't want to invest in themselves. So when I was going through a semi-tough time, I would go to Europe, Asia, do tours, save my money, come back, shoot videos, work my shit at radio, whatever. How you think All the Way Up happened? But I've always invested back in myself. You got to put your money where your mouth is. And that's in a nutshell, that's what it is. And so, guys, I see you guys put funny names in here and all that, but these guys are bums. These guys have never done nothing in their life. They're not hot, never had a hot record, never did. You know, be careful what you wish for. Some people, they think it's better on the grass is greener. When they find out the grass ain't greener, they're just bums now. Listen, stay in the light. God is great. I'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. And you ain't got to tell me. I know you never heard no shit like this. Not from a guy like me, not from a guy in this industry. Because unfortunately, they won't tell you the game. They won't try to give you some game so you could get to the next level. Me, I'm in competition with nobody. I work for myself. And personally, I've been so blessed to get so much, but I really don't need much. Get it? And so when you come from Forest Projects, when you come from a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and you got 10 cousins living in your house, you don't need much. So everything we get is a lot. God is great. Believe in God. I tell you all the time. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. It's when you're in the darkest moments when you see who your true friends are, your true family, who stands by you, Who's on your side? Stay in the light. Billy Blanco, I got an album coming. It's the soundtrack to the Big Show. He hit me and cursed me out last night. Billy, because he don't want me to retire. I had retired, guys. When I told you Family Ties, I retired. So Dre used to call me and Smitty and 808 Rail, and they look depressed. Because they ain't got the shit talker in the studio with them talking that shit. Yo, but come to the... I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. And it's COVID.
I'm good, enjoy.
And so your man turned around and Dre said, I got one. And when I heard it, I was like, woo! I got to jump on that. Shout out to Hovey, baby, the whole Up NYC crew. Felizy Nation, 158 from Broadway. El Modelo. El Rey de los Selfies. The king of the selfies. Shout out to Pretty Louie, got the DJ show. He's getting ready for championship week. 207 Dykeman, Up NYC. And more to come. Brazil, muito bem, Brazil. Naldo bene, hermano. Papoose retiring, I don't believe it.
Lies.
I do not believe Papoose is retiring. He's one rapping motherfucker. There's no way he's retiring. Erica Ford, I kick it, but Isaac Wright Jr., that's my guy. So a lot of people join the bandwagon. Yo, I think this guy's going to win. Yo, I think this. That's not what I do. I go with the heart. I go with the person I see who sees the world with the same lens as me. The lens of oppressed people. Peace, y'all. Put God first. God is great. God is everything. Trust in God. Believe in God. Love y'all guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We the biggest in the game. Fan Mio. Shout out to Fan Mio. FANM.